HR Update with Communication Generation. Keep your team informed and engaged with a professionally produced internal comms podcast. Visit cgpods.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Randall. Welcome to the HR Update for Friday, the 5th of August. Coming up, HR vacancies in high demand as the skills shortages worsen. A new UK pension scheme aims to give better outcomes for employers and workers. High-performing managers believe their team should match their experience. Where are all the white-collar workers? Imposter Syndrome is an issue for 4 in 10 women offered promotion, and the CIPD warns against making hiring decisions based on irrelevant degrees.
HR Radio.
New data reveals that HR vacancies are on track to be up by 13.5% compared to 2021, with the profession becoming a priority area for businesses to recruit for. That's according to recent research from the Association of Professional Staffing Companies. The data, provided by business intelligence specialist VacancySoft, shows that in terms of skills in demand, it's internal recruiters who are the specialists most wanted. In fact, 35% of all HR vacancies so far this year have been for internal recruiters, which is perhaps no surprise given wide reports of skills shortages in the UK. Training and learning is the second largest attribute being recruited for, averaging at 14% of total vacancies. In contrast, the specialism which is growing both in volume and in share is HR generalists, which has seen an increase of 64% in terms of the monthly average between last year and this one, leading to a total share rising from 13 to 14.3%. When comparing sectors recruiting for HR, technology came up top with 3,994 vacancies so far, with 17.5% of the total number of HR jobs. The second largest sector is retail, with 3,833 roles so far. That's 16.8%. Given the importance of banking to the UK economy, it's surprising that only 7% of HR vacancies are attributed to this sector. However, this small share could be linked to the cost of living crisis and the inevitable impact on the UK economy. By region, it's perhaps surprising that London dominates. So far this year, we've seen 8,995 vacancies from the capital, which is accounting for 39.6% of the total HR vacancies posted. This total is followed by the South East, where 2,637 vacancies were published, constituting 11.6% of HR vacancies.
HR Update.
The UK government has announced a new type of pension scheme called Collective Defined Contribution Pension. The Department for Work and Pensions announced on Monday that the new scheme should mean better retirement returns for savers while providing more predictable costs for employers. CDCs work by both employers and employees, contributing to a collective fund from which retirement incomes are drawn. They should offer an alternative to defined contribution and defined benefit pension schemes. Trustees are appointed to oversee the funds and their legal obligations. CDC pensions were made possible by the Pension Scheme Act 2021, and regulations currently provide for single or connected employer CDC schemes. More information is available from the pensions regulator.
HR Update.
High-performing managers may unfairly draw on their own experience of climbing the ladder to set harsher targets for their teams. That's the finding of a study by Professor Christoph Feitscher of the Vienna University of Economics and Business, who found that managers may be biased by a distorted awareness that their own experiences are standard practice. The professor says that firms need to address this, as experience bias can lead to negative employee reactions, as well as planning and coordination mistakes. Experience bias could also explain the so-called Peter principle, where good employees get promoted to the next level but fail as managers because they lack management skills and other competencies necessary for doing the higher level role. To combat this, including discussions about experience bias and its effects in training and manuals on target setting, could create awareness. Firms can also emphasise the uniqueness of managers' own circumstances during performance evaluations. If firms cannot create awareness, the researchers say they can avoid experience bias by hiring candidates with different task experience or changing their target setting systems. The research was published in the American Accounting Association Journal.
HR Radio.
Supercharge marketing for your HR business with Content Link. With professionally written articles that you can copy and paste into your own website or newsletter and share with your tribe on social media, Content Link takes the hassle out of content marketing. You'll get a regular supply of articles to share on topics including future of work, workplace wellness, employment rights, and much more. The kind of stories we feature on HR Update. Get a free Content Link trial by emailing info@contentlink.co with the subject line Free HR Trial. That's info@contentlink.co with the subject line Free HR Trial. Find out more at contentlink.co.
HR update.
White-collar workers are becoming harder to find, according to a new report. An analysis by job board tech firm Broadbean Technology found that application numbers for white-collar roles fell 35% between May and June 2022. Applications also fell 28% from a year earlier, but that could be due to the higher number in mid-2021 as the UK fully emerged from lockdowns and workplaces reopened. The largest declines in applications for these roles were in pharmaceuticals, down 41%, accounting down 33%, and IT down 28%.
HR update.
Imposter syndrome is one of the top reasons that women reject a promotion, according to a new study by ESEC Business School. The feeling that you're not good enough for the position you're in or would be promoted to is an issue for 40% of women offered a promotion. But it's not the only reason that higher level roles are turned down. For example, almost half of respondents to the poll said that the theory of the promotion and its reality are often not aligned. There are also various personal reasons. 20% would be dissuaded due to fear of professional exhaustion, 55% would not want the promotion to inhibit on a different life goal, and 44% would be concerned about having less time for their families. The study found a benefit for everyone if women are promoted to positions of power. Companies should therefore have an equitable recruitment process, a strong integration process for people in new roles, implement flexible working conditions, and have internal policies that support diversity, the report found. Companies that aren't female-friendly risk losing talent.
HR Radio. Listen to HR.com.
HR update.
Screening job candidates based on degrees that may have no relevance to the role is reducing employment opportunities and contributing to ongoing skills gaps. That's the warning from the CIPD, which says that too many employers are relying on degrees during recruitment, with 57% mainly looking for degrees or postgraduate qualifications. While acknowledging that these qualifications are a requirement for some occupations and roles, it should not be the basis for hiring. With the current tight labour market, the professional body for HR and people development says that firms should consider whether a degree is relevant to a role. In a survey of 2,000 senior decision makers on skills, the CIPD found that just 32% of employers had conducted a strategic workforce planning exercise in the last 12 months. 64% of employers think that at least some of their employees lack some of the skills required to do their job effectively, and the skills employers have the most difficulty finding in job seekers are overwhelmingly technical skills. Despite the continued focus on degrees, a third of employers agree that university or HE institute candidates are either fairly or very poorly prepared for the workplace, and school and college leavers even less so.
HR update.
And that's your HR update. For more HR-related radio and podcasts, visit listentohr.com.
HR update with Communication Generation. Keep your team informed and engaged with a professionally produced internal comms podcast. Visit cgpods.com.
HR Radio.